Hi, this is Serena. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Rena Rocks. Today I'm going to be talking about printers. And I'm going to be talking about the Epson Workforce 2650. Not this one, this is mine that I have had for a while, and I've worked out quite a few of the kinks, and it's a love-hate relationship, but it's working fine now, so I'm not going to complain too much. Those of you who have an Epson, you know what I'm talking about. And a friend gave me a backup, a Workforce 2650, but it had been sitting for a while. So I was going to have to give it a little TLC to see how things were going. And I already did that, and I got a video of, I got some video I'm going to insert of me trying to basically unclog a print head, just to show you how I do it. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this: I'm not a professional photographer or videographer, so sometimes I might slip up with my words, or the camera might be kind of shaky or zoom in and out. Just bear with me. I'm learning as I go. So anyway, we're going to go on to, I'm going to show you what I got. And you're going to see this in the video, but it's in a bag. And so I want to go ahead and pull it out before I insert the video and show you this separate. But I got this off eBay or Amazon, and this came like this. Kind of smells like ammonia some, and it came with the hose. It wasn't attached. I attached it right here. You can undo it, and it came with this paper. In the video, you're going to see a bigger sheet. As you see, I've used it all to next to nothing, and kind of my own little what to do, what not to do. And this, if you run out of this, and I'm going to show you what this is for in the video. This is what I do. You know, you got to do what you got to do. So I took some, you can take some old, this is like toilet paper or paper towel. Because this is kind of like you see this? It's kind of thick, and it's kind of like a hard consistency. And this is kind of thick, and this is a little harder. And maybe cut it, and you'll see the piece that I use. Cut it so it fits under your print head. And maybe you could even wrap a paper towel around it. If you ran out of this is just, this is just me. And this is just what I did. So take care of your printer at your own risk, but that's just what I did. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the inside. I don't have any, let's see. I don't have any ink in it. And I don't know if I kind of edited the video, but I don't know if I left this in or not. But I just want to go and tell you, when you think you've got it unclogged and you want to put your ink back in, don't put it back in with it off, because sometimes it won't recognize the cartridge. I've made that mistake, and I'm like, why won't it recognize the cartridge? It's a new cartridge, or it's the old cartridge. What's going on here? Turn your machine on, and it's going to say basically you need some ink. Then put your ink in. So that's one little tip that I've learned. Also, never turn your printer off or mess with it too much when you hear it's moving around and doing clicking, or when it's doing a print head nozzle check, or when it's cleaning the print heads, because that could get it clogged as well. So that's just two of those tips. Now I'm going to insert the video to show you how I tried to clean these print heads. Okay, now here I stopped the part that I inserted, and I didn't tell you how I got this over here. So what happened is my machine is off. Okay, your machine is going to be on, and when it's on, your ink and everything is going to be right here in this tray. And what happens is you're going to hit your button, and you're going to hit replace on your screen. You're going to hit replace ink cartridge. Now, and then it's going to tell you, okay, it's ready to replace the ink cartridge. You lift, when it's ready to lift, you're ready to replace it, you lift this up. And this will have moved over here, so you can replace your ink cartridge. Now, when it does, you take your ink cartridges out, and what you do is, this is what I did. Let me rephrase that, because I'm not a printer expert, and I don't want anybody saying, oh, well, you told me to do this and my printer's worse. Let me just say, I'm not a printer technician or Epson technician. This is just what I did on mine, and I'm sharing with you what I did. What you choose to do with this information is your business. So, okay, so it's right here. What I chose to do is hold this, and I turned it off. And when you hold it and turn it off, you'll feel a little bit of resistance, but for the most part, it'll stay if you hold it and turn it off at the same time. And then it allows you to move it around. And I didn't show you this in part of the video, but that's when you're going to stick this little piece of paper here to catch the ink when you flush it through. And so that's what you do when you want to take the ink out. And it can stay like this. This has been like this. It's fine. Now, when I turn it on, when I close this and turn it on, it's going to move back over here. Well, how am I going to get the ink back in? You go to replace ink cartridge and it'll move it over, and you can replace your ink that way. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the black. And you see this holes right there? The little nozzle. I'm just going to put this on the nozzle. Let's see. And just push it down. Okay, it's seated flat. Get my hand out of the way. There you go. Now, let's see how much pressure there is. There's a lot of pressure, and I can't push any fluid in, then I know it's super blocked. And don't try to force it too much. So let's see. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. See, I'm moving it. And I'm pressing it pretty good. This thing is not moving. So I already know that this is going to have to sit. It'll get down in there. See how it's looking from the bottom? Nothing on there. It's not going through. Let's see. Nope. So I'm just going to let it sit. It's not leaking or anything. Maybe I'll prop it up right here. Just to make sure. I don't want it to leak inside my printer. There we go. I'm going to get a piece of tape and I'm just going to tape it right up there. Tape is sticking to the plugs. Okay, so how you improvise. So you see what I did. And stay tuned. I'm gonna start with this one, and once I get this unclogged, I'll go to the next one and work my way down. After about 35 minutes, what I did was I tried to push some in the syringe in. It wouldn't go. So what I did was I pulled back just a little bit. Maybe, just barely a little bit. Pull back a little and then pushed again and it went. And this is what came out. Yeah. So I know that I'm going to be able to get that clog undone. The direction says if it doesn't work, you leave for 5 minutes to an hour. And if it doesn't work then the head is not worth saving. But so I know I'm going to be able to repair it. So that one is pretty much unclogged. That one all the way through. Here's the other half of that. I want to make sure I get this. Put this back in. still wet in there. So I still need something. I'm just gonna push just a hair in just to see. Let's see. Yep, it's moving without a problem. So that one is done for me. I don't keep flushing and wasting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to take this one off. And it's a little, let me see. There's a little bit of black ink in there on the tip. So what I'm going to do is just flush it in this water here that I have. Is hot water that I use to heat up my solution. I'm just going to flush out that one. So that the tube is back clear. Okay, now I'm going to put it in the next one, the cyan. Go ahead and put that down there. I'm going to put this paper back in. And you never know. I mean, the blue might. Okay, so you saw the video where I flushed it through and it worked perfectly for the black print head. I was able to flush it. It was able to go through. The clog wasn't that bad. Let me tell you, this cyan, let me tell you here, this would not, I left this for an hour. I left it for a couple of hours. It would not clear. It was whatever sediment had gotten there or whatever, it was shut up tight. Now the magenta, I was able to unclog that one. I went ahead, even though I'm like, okay, I'm not, because the blue is clogged. I'm not going to be able to use this print anymore. I still wanted to see if I could get the other ones unclogged, just to see if I could. So the magenta I was able to get unclogged, but the yellow as well, nothing would get through the yellow. Nothing will really get through with the blue. Maybe like, yeah, just residual residue or something. So these two were completely blocked, and I was not able to clear the block. And so sometimes that happens. Sometimes it's a printer fail. You try, but this was a backup. So the friend that gave it to me, I'm gonna give it back. He can probably use it for spare parts or for something else. But I was able to get 2 of them unclogged and 2 not unclogged. So the kit works. Now, when I use the kit for the one I use all the time, I was able to get it unclogged, no problem. But it hadn't been sitting with a clog for a long time. So thank you for joining me. This is my YouTube channel, Rena Rocks. And I hope this was helpful if you do have a clog, or if you have a problem with your printer to read your ink cartridge. Once you've taken it out, just make sure you turn the printer on before you put the ink cartridge back in. And that's it. Well, thank you. Have a great day and always shine bright.